you all had a great weekend. One of the trades that's caught my eye on my scan for potential trades of the week is an earnings play on JCP. Now, JCP is a US department store. I've never traded it before, but it's flagged up for reasons that may become obvious soon. Let's just do a bit of background on it. On the chart, the technicals, on 1 month chart back in 2007, it was rocking and rolling up at $85. It's now down at just under 10. So a little brief look at what's going on, a little bit of a story around the stock. Not that it matters, but it'll become clear why in a second. Is that it's in trouble, it's not making any money, it's losing money. It's the same old retail story, I guess, across the world, or across the Western world. Anyway, retail, bricks and mortar retail is struggling a bit. So we are currently trading about $10. Okay, whatever, who cares? But what is interesting to me is that we have 30% of the float. The shares in float are short, which is equal to about, give or take, I'm just rounding this up and down a little bit here, about 100 million shares. Now, considering this does, what's the average year? I don't know, it's 15 million a day? No, not even that. 10 million a day shares. That's an awful lot of shares short. Almost 30% of the float is short. So what does that mean? Well, they have earnings before the market open on Friday. And the options market is pricing in a move of 10%. So in other words, a 10% move up or down is going to be considered normal. Fine. So we're about, give or take, we're $9.50. So let's call it $1 either side. So $10.50 to $8.50 is going to be a normal move. No one is expecting anything more or less than that. So that's going to take us to about here. Let's just put a little bit of a line on it. 10.50 to 8.50. Okay, so that's the sort of move we're expecting, right? Now, if we've got 30 million shares, if we've got a 30% of the float short, if we get a dramatic move from earnings, it takes us above, let's say 10.50, 11, then you know what? Those shorts are going to be upset with that, and there's a lot of shorts available to cover. We've got this high here at around $12, just under $12 to look at. So, you know what, this is an unlikely trade that's going to set up, but some of my very best trades are when I'm prepared for it. The chances of this happening are slim. However, if you don't prepare for this, then you'd never be able to take advantage of it. And every now and then you get one, you're prepared for it, you're ready, you can strike, you've got a plan, and they turn out to be absolute monster trades. So the theory for me is this, is that if we break out, if we have earnings and we do more than a 10% move, so in other words, on the Friday morning, if we're opening up or down, well, let's put it one way, if we're opening up more than 10%, then those shorts are going to be uncomfortable because they've bet on perhaps an earnings miss, which I guess is the most likely, or if it stays between 8.5 and 10.5, they're still reasonably comfortable. They've probably been short for a long time. They're hoping the business model eventually will break, so they're not too bothered about 10%. But if there's a blowout earnings and we start pushing up into this area up here, then this is where things get interesting. And for me, then I'm going to look for a long on the same day, the Friday, or the subsequent Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So if they have a good earnings, they break up, they have a good strong candle that closes on highs, the theory behind it is I think that those shorts are going to want to cover because they may think that perhaps a recovery is underway. Now, of course, I don't know what the fundamentals are going to be. I don't know what they are going to release, and obviously the chances of it doing that are slim, or unlikely, should I say. I wouldn't say slim, but they're unlikely. But if it does happen, then it does present an opportunity, because I think that those shorts may well scramble for cover, because you would assume that if it does gap up more than 10%, then there is something in that release that is quite bullish for the stock. So that's my theory on that. It's one of the ones that I've picked out from some research we're doing for Trades of the Week, and you can see where that puts us if we do start to get in that sort of level. On a bigger picture, that's multi-year highs, and there's no short that's going to be happy to see that. But anyway, as I say, it may not happen, who knows, but I just want to be prepared for that. So I'm going to set myself an alarm for 10:50 and forget all about it, check it on a Friday morning and see what happens, and then check it maybe Friday midday, Friday close, and see where we are, and see if there's a trade opportunity that sets up from that. Alright, take care guys, see you tomorrow.